Hello, and you're watching Gaming Rules, and I'm John Medany, and I'm here to talk about Chip Theory Games' storage solution for their very popular dice rolling RPG, Too Many Boxes. No, sorry, their very popular dice rolling RPG adventure game, Too Many Bones. The Too Many Boxes thing really isn't a joke. This isn't all of it. I've managed to pack all the contents for it into these boxes. However, there are actually 4 more boxes that originally contained gear locks. So the need for something to store everything in has become very prevalent. Also, the fact that the base game itself is, generally speaking, too big to fit in most people's Calexes, board game shelves, etc., has led Chip Theory Games to produce, well, one of the bravest storage solutions I've seen for a game. Let me move these out of the way. This is the Too Many Bones box, and I'm going to open it and we're going to have a look at it. Too Many Bones storage solution has been shipping out from various distribution points around the world over the last couple of weeks at the time of filming. There's been various hiccups and things, but generally speaking, the boxes are going out to people, and most people have been received with little or no damage. Part of that is in thanks to the distributors and to Too Many Bones themselves in their packaging. As you can see from this, corners are protected. Apparently the first ones won't. This has been added later on, but this now protects the outside of the box from damage. Let's have a look inside. Maybe easier said than done. Yeah. Yep, actually got to remove the corner pieces to get the box open. This is not a bad thing. The issue has been, really, because these boxes have been built out of MDF, they are very rigid and very solid and very well designed. The problem is if they take a knock and they lose their structural integrity, then you tend to get what can only be described as a bit of a cascade failure. Inside the box. Yeah. More foam, more packaging. Bone key, magnet. I should take that out of its bag. Pop that there. Now, let's take this out of its box. I'll probably cut this in a second and come back to you in a moment. And I'm back. Ha. Trove Chest. The Too Many Bones Trove Chest. Originally, this was never supposed to be a retail item. It was something that was added to the Splice and Dice Kickstarter. In its original form, it was literally just a big cardboard box that was going to hold all the components. Chip Theory Games, being Chip Theory Games, decided to take things a little bit further. It grew. It grew into a chest, one you see before me. It has holders for the dice. It has trays for the dice. It has trays for the tyrants. It has trays for the cards. It has drawers. So let's have a look. So originally, the box was going to have opening doors that would open there, you'd open them up, and then you'd take the trays out. Various iterations followed, and in the end, they went for the sliding door solution. It's a nice solution, actually. It works well, it's rigid, and it goes on the top, at the side, wherever. The size of the box has been very carefully designed. This box goes in a calyx slot, almost exactly in a calyx slot. It is not coincidental. To say this box has been thought out would be a minor understatement. I mean, let's have a look. Yes, that's a magnet. Let's do that again. It's a magnet that opens the drawers. So the drawers we've got card dividers, stickers, more stickers. I'll talk about those in a minute. And a list of what all the stickers are and where everything goes in the tray. So we've looked in the top drawer. We've seen the stickers. What else is in here? So let's have another quick look. The air holes at the back of these drawers are great. Anyone who's seen the Sentinels of the Multiverse big box, which is probably the closest equivalent product to this I can think of, will know that one of the real problems with that is sliding the drawers in and out. By putting the air holes at the back, they've avoided that. At the end of the day, this would be for storing reference cards, rule books, etc. Second drawer down, it's your gear lock tray. Contains 14 trays for gear locks. We'll have a closer look at these in a minute. Interestingly enough, a lot of the Too Many Bones community will have already printed themselves out dice trays and things like that, but it's nice to have something official with Too Many Bones and things put on too. There's a cutout in the side for the stickers, but I'm going to talk about these in a minute. 14 gear lock trays, enough for all the current gear locks, with space for growth. Ooh, card. I know what that is, you're not going to. Next tray down contains chip tray dividers, and we'll have a talk about those and have a look at those in a little bit. And there's also the space for cards. It's where the dividers go. Comes with a new tuck box for, well, whichever cards you want to put in the tuck boxes. This is the thing about the tuck boxes. We have lots of tuck boxes. None of them are exactly the right size for any of the decks. More realistically, using the dividers, you'll be able to put the cards out in a format that will be more useful for actual playing the game. Bottom two drawers, chip tray drawer. Currently nothing in it. Trays to be populated and put in there. It will take baddie chips, lane marker chips, probo chips, and the normal dice trays for the normal run-of-the-mill dice. I'll have a look at that when it's full and I'll show you how it fills up. Tray next to it actually contains two of the aforementioned chip trays. I have others which I will be putting in here if I need them. And the quick draw, or the fast draw tray, where you put your loot cards, your Trove loot cards, your encounter cards for playing during the game, and you can just draw from the slot as required by the game. Last two drawers, baddie chips. Contains the baddie chips, their dice, and their cards. Again, we'll have a closer look at all these components in a minute. Top drawer, same again. So, I'm going to get this thing loaded up. If you hang around, you'll be able to see it done. And we'll have a look at some of the components as well. 2 hours packing up. Everything is now in the crate. I'm actually really happy and really impressed. Let's have a look inside. Start at the bottom. Chip trays. I said I was going to talk about these anyway. So I've gone for a 4. You get 2 with it, but I had 2 more. And I have 4 dice trays. I've kept 4 dice trays. Basically because I've got Undertow and the base game, I've got 2 sets of some of the dice. And I've kept Splice and Dice and the effects in here as well. You could probably get away with rationalising that down to 2, in which case the design they give you would work. They have 2 of those and 2 dice trays, and then 2 of those, 1 of these, and the 2 chip tubes. Found I didn't need the chip tubes. This seems much neater to me. I'm going to talk about the stickers just briefly. The reason there were 2 lots of stickers is that initially they printed them out on these forms with all the nice shiny metallic stickers. The problem was that the stickers, when you put them on curved surfaces, so for example on here, on the chip tray, they would peel back off again. So they've reprinted a lot of the small stickers again on a more standard cardboard stock. And you can divide your chip trays up using them. So I've got 20s, all baddies, and I've got 1 points and 5 points sorted out by baddie type. Very good. Nice trays, enough room for everything. Gear up trays, again, excellent design. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, the design is actually quite familiar if you've ever 3D printed anything. So here's the ones that they've done. Room for all the character dice, initiative dice, and the stat dice, and the chips. Here are the ones I've been using for a couple of years, designed by someone on Thingiverse. Design is very familiar. The only difference being that he did 4 different versions, so some take 1 chip, some take 2 chips, some take 3 chips, some take 4 chips, which means your character chip is always at the top and always right by the window. A little tweak, something they could have done. But aside from that, they're really nice trays. Again, couple spare and room to put more in on top. So 12 full ones, 2 empty ones, and as I said, you could lay at least 3 more down, if not 4 more down on top of those. Give yourself a few more. Cards and mats. All the mats, room for more. I've got Splice and Dice in here. I've got the adventure mat, the campaign mat, character mats. All the cards I've currently still got in tuck boxes. I haven't used the dividers yet. I'll come back to those. Oh yes, there's that. Not going to talk about that. Top. Reference sheets, basically rules. The odd little counters like those and the scars. And the adventure map counters. Splice and Dice bag. And in here, which work rather well, are the Titan boxes. I have 12 in the top one, and then the 6 Splice and Dice in the second one down. As you can see, Barnacle fits in, given he's got more chips than any other person. All the chips are in there, dice is in there. If you've got a Tyrant with more dice, you can put dice in the side slots, and you put the Tyrant cards in there. More stickers in here. Again, I've actually used the metallic ones on these, despite the fact Chip Theory said not to. I'll see what happens. I've still got the non-metallic ones to use if I want to. And that's it. It's the Too Many Bones Trove Chest. Really quite an awesome piece of engineering. Came with the Kickstarter for Splice and Dice. I think it was a £60 add-on. $70, $75. Currently available to pre-order from the Chip Theory website for $105, I believe, plus up to $20 shipping even to the UK. Chip Theory are quite good. they ship from local hubs. So over here, Spiral Galaxies take care of the distribution, that being the UK, and I think they have a distributor in Canada as well. So shipping costs are actually capped. You could pay more, you could pay less. And that's it. Too Many Bones Trove Chest. Very good, great fun. Glad it's finally here. Just a quick addendum. This is the Trove Chest in situ inside a calyx. When they said it just sits inside a track calyx, they weren't kidding. There's perhaps 2-3 mil clearance on each side to use. Simple enough. Slide the door open. When putting it in the calyx, make sure you keep enough clearance to lift the door. Put it in a convenient place. You can then use the key magnet to open the drawers and access whichever bits you need. As I said, I'm keeping the waterlogged book in there at the moment. And that's the Chip Theory Games Trove Test. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you.
Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.